Hello, how's it going? Welcome. My face tracking is actually working kind of today. A little bit. It was working better a second ago. Alright, what was I working on? So I have a list here of things I need to do. So I need to fix the vector that's getting passed into the animation system for strafing while locked on. I think I'll start with that. So it's this set move here that's funky. We do have to do this in both the walk and the run, which at some point I do need to combine these into a single file. So I think we should just be able to plug in input vector here, not this. And same thing here. No, this is wrong. Because it might just be how I'm handling it in this set move function actually. Let's see. Well, in position. That's in locomotion. So we So 1 looks like he's moved to the right, and -1 to the left. Okay, so those are lining up with what I feel like they should be. Just setting that vector. Let's monitor this here. So we're locked on. So it's correct if I'm facing this way. And if I'm facing this way, it's flipped. Alright, what if we just pass in the raw input here? What if we say player input dot move input? What does this do? global basis. Is that what I did wrong? Okay, so the Y is flipped, but actually, what if instead of camera rig, if we just do that? No, it does need to be the camera rig. let's look at our vector math reference. Math, how does it work? I have no idea. How's it going? Welcome. I'm trying to do, here, I'll show you. So, I've got my little guy. He can run around. You can like lock on, and I want the movement of the characters when locked on to be like relative to the player. But the math for that is complicated, and I don't have it working correctly. But I know I'm close because I have I've got it set up so you can like side hop and backflip, and that's correct relative to the direction that the player is facing and stuff. Yeah, he's like the Y is flipped here. Yeah, exactly. If they would have told me, hey, this math, if you use it, it'll help you make video games, I would have paid a lot more attention. Yeah, like I started working on, I have a bunch of systems that I like partially have working. There's some bugs, obviously. You can grab ledges. And last week I made this this bush, but the stream was a little scuffed because my mic wasn't working. My pickup animation didn't play there for some reason. Yeah, I want to get the character controller like fully working the way that I intend for him before I move on to other stuff. You can do funny things like that. Okay, what if, let's say var lock on input vector 3, no, vector 2. And then we'll say walk on input vector dot x is equal to player character controller dot basis dot x dot same thing. But do basis.z player input, and then we'll pass the walk on input vector. It's still wrong. Why is that? No, that's not working the way I thought it would. Okay, hold on. Player relative info. Don't remember why this works. So if the dot product is less than half, less than negative 1/2, so this is basically like if you're not pushing a direction. or you're pushing in the direction the character's facing. Then do the jump slash. Okay, let me look at the side hop. So I'm not sure why this here is basis and not global basis, but maybe that was why it wasn't working. Okay, let's try that again now. Character controller global basis x dot input and there we're taking the sign of it, so it's just going to be -1 or 1. I don't think that necessarily matters. because this needs to be Z, not Y. And I think we might need to flip the X. This seems mostly correct. I think if I just flip that X, there we go. Yeah. That is done. That to testing. I think I can move this to testing as well. I do need to add some new states to that, but overall it works. You can void out. I do want to make it so the screen fades to black when you do it. It'll need some polish. I'm sure there was a cleaner way I could have gotten that math working, but it works. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call that. Well, yeah, we'll leave it in testing because we do still need to add the shielding while strafing. Tracking was working better today, but maybe not. kind of do want to try adding a screen fade effect. So, we'll add a new scene, 2D scene. Actually, no, it's don't save. The user interface screen fader. Gonna add a script. Gonna put it in UI screen fader. Alright, so we want add child node. It's gonna be, it's okay, I caught it right away. Color rect. And we want this to fill the screen. To be black. We want the alpha to be 0. Maybe we want we'll just mess with this modulate, self-modulate. I don't know what the difference between, yeah, those pesky, will sell you viewers if you click this extremely sketchy link. It's fun. Alright. What's the difference between modulate and self-modulate? Okay. Thank you for the hydrate. Oh yeah, also, happy Pride, everyone. I am Rainbow. Okay, so self-modulate does not change the alpha of child objects. Cool. So we just want to mess with modulate. And actually we'll keep this white. Alright. Yeah, it's it is a weird word. Alright. So we will export black screen, which will be color rect. Go ahead and grab it, and then we'll have a function called fade in. And it will have relation, which set it equal to 1. And we'll say var tween fade. Fade out's going to be basically the same thing. Actually, I think this needs to be color 0, 0, 0, 0. This will be color 0, 0, 1. I just want to double check this is how tweens work, because I always have to look it up. Yeah, we just have to call tween property. Alright, so go back to our player. Throw in figure. And then we'll have a reference to the screen fader here. Class name, don't I? Right. There we go. Alright, so now in our player, we have a reset function. Actually, we might want to have what's the best way to do this? We can have signals for fade in and fade out complete. It's always kind of weird to me that like callables, you don't actually like call them, you just put the function name there, but not actually the parentheses. It's strange. Alright, so let me I think it's just the void out trigger that calls that reset. Void area. Yeah, player.reset. So what we'll do here is we'll see. Fader dot fade out. Screen fader dot fade out complete dot connect. Func reset. we'll say screen fader dot disconnect that this should be fade out complete. There we go. It's a better void out now. And we'll probably want to have a couple states that the character goes through, so you can't like run around during the fades and stuff, but it's good enough for now. So move, where was that? Fade out one, void out. Cool. So I didn't make a ton of progress on it yet, but I did start setting up a Jenkins build server on another computer that I have. So since in order to get the game running on Steam Deck, I set up a Steam account for it and everything. It has a store. It will have a store page. It's not live or anything, but so I went through the process of like packaging a Steam build and uploading it to Steam to get it on the Steam Deck. But I want to automate that so I can have hooks in my Git repository for when commits are made to a specific branch, and it can pull the latest and make a build and then automatically upload it to Steam is the idea. Which will be fun. I did get controller rumble and screen shake working the other day too. Thanks for the lurk, Wolbaka. Thanks for the 7 months. It's amazing. Hope you're doing well. Have a good lurk. What just happened? Oh boy. How did that happen? Run state wedge grab. Huh. Did the ledge grab state somehow delete itself? That was strange. I mean, I'm not even supposed to be able to ledge grab on this thing anyway. Alright, I'm gonna make a bug for myself to figure out why these animations states are desyncing from the player states. Animation states desync with player states. So I'm pretty sure the reason that is happening is because since I'm using the animation tree, not all the states are connected to all the other states. And so sometimes we can get into a situation where a state, like we call it change the animation while it's in a state that doesn't transition to the next state properly. So like ledge hang can only transition to, or ledge grab can only transition to ledge hang, and that can only transition to fall. But sometimes it doesn't, maybe sometimes it's still in the ledge grab animation when you, so we could, let's make a transition from here to fall. This will be, so that should fix the case where sometimes we're in the ledge hang animation instead of okay, I think that one's fixed. Okay, so this looks like it's happening because I'm trying to ledge grab while I'm also pulling out a bomb. Okay, so if we... let's go into our ledge grab detector. We could let's see, export var picker upper. can say at the very beginning here, we can say if picker upper dot current pickupable is not equal no. We'll see. Can ledge grab is false, and we'll just do an early return here. So that way we can't try to ledge grab and pick up an object at the same time. Okay. Why did that happen? Okay, so it's happening while this timer is happening. Instead of the picker upper, we'll say if player state machine return. All right. Yeah, I think that fixed it. Now we get errors spamming. Oh, because we never actually assigned player character controller. Or player state machine, I mean. Actually, we can just say dot current state. Sorry. State machine. I don't know. Okay, what? Player state machine. Current state. So it's still erroring a lot. Okay, that didn't actually fix it. It's made some more weirder bugs. Alright, have a good snack. stretch time. Okay. Why did it give me that weird breadcrumb like that? Oh, I see. The game. I think the game was still running, which is why we got the breadcrumbs. Get rid of that. Just drag that. No. Weird. Oh. This isn't unique. That's why it gave me the breadcrumbs. I see. There we go. It's giving me the absolute path, not the What? That was weird. So I like... I don't even know what I did there. That was weird. So I'm starting to like run up against the limit of what the Mixamo animations I have can do. I think I can add a few more states like swimming and climbing a ladder, maybe pushing and pulling a block. But at some point I am gonna have to redo the character and rig and do some custom animations to get all the states that I want. And to get them to work the way that I want them to. So like, I don't like how the character's so far away from the ledge right there. And there's not a good way to do like a ledge climb with the current animation set. Without, I guess I could like do some weird offsetting. Do I have that animation imported? So I think, yeah, this braced hang to crouch. Let's see. Ledge climb. Disconnect that. Why is that all broken now? Okay, I see. Oh, yeah, there we go. Ledge climb. Let's see if let's export your input. Say input equal to this is the bar. actually, just to be real quick about it, we'll just say if player input dot move input dot y is greater than equal to 0.5. Change state. Ledge climb up. So we'll make a new script. It will inherit from state. It will be in player states, ledge states. Player animation controller, or the animation tree, which I think we can just drag in. Animation tree. We'll say tree itself, we need to add the ledge climb. And then this transition. Oh yeah, we just called it climb. Actually, we want this to be ledge climb because climb will be different. And then in the at end, we go back to locomotion. That's okay. I probably need to here if we we'll say if state machine dot current state is not equal to self, return. That might have been part of the reason why we're getting some weird ledge grab behavior too. We didn't actually assign the player input. There we go. Actually, we want. I think I'm going to do this for the run state as well. We'll say export bar ledge direction push So instead of this here, we'll say direction push duration plus equals delta. And we'll say if wedge push direction is greater than or equal to this, then we do this. No, else push duration equals 0. So now we have to be pushing. Hello, how's it going? So now we have to push in the direction of. Doesn't seem to do what I want it to do. And actually, let me. I'm gonna put an export on this one too, so I can debug it more easily. now we don't automatically climb the ledge just by bumping into it. It's only if we're pushing into the ledge for a fraction of a second. And we do need to, in that ledge climb, before we do that, we want to set this to false. Now we shouldn't do that every time we enter the state. Yeah. Okay, cool. Jumping cancels rolling. I want to know why sometimes I stay in the falling state. Hi Rozzy, how's it going? Yeah, I'm good. I added a screen fade effect when you fall off an edge. Yeah, I'm still working on ledge climbing. But I did fix directional walking while you are locked on. My jump attack is still a little funky. Yeah, screen fading is very useful. It can get complicated if you have a lot of things that can potentially cause the screen to fade that can happen at the same time. But this game I don't think will have that. But yeah, the way that I'm doing that void out effect I have in my world, I have this where is it? I have this big area here that I'm calling a void area. I have this script here that if the player enters that area, I call a function made called reset on the player. So I like check to see if it is the player. I have a should damage player and a damage amount, and the other damage amount for if enemies fall in, they should just be killed by the fall, but not the player. The player should reset. So then in my player controller, I have this reset function, which the screen fades out, and then when the fade out is complete, then I reset the position and rotation to what they were when the scene started, or like when the player first entered. And then I reset the position and rotation. I wait a little bit and then fade back in. So that makes it a lot less jarring when you fall off the edge. I also, on Thursday last week, I had kind of a scuffed stream because my microphone wasn't working properly for the first half. But I made this this little happy little tree bush thing. I was playing around with particle systems in Blender to create foliage shapes. I'm pretty happy with how it looks. I don't necessarily think it fits the art direction that I want to go for this game, but I was mostly just playing around. But yeah, let's see. So I was playing around with a few different methods for getting foliage to look right. This method is where the so you can kind of see the colors. They represent which direction the polygons are facing. Hi Snowtwig, how's it going? I was showing off some foliage stuff. So like this is what it kind of would normally look like if you just kind of randomly scattered a bunch of things that are shaped like this. So it's sort of like a foliage card. And these are like the default ways that the individual faces are facing. So like if it's blue, it's facing the camera. Green is facing up and red is facing to the right. And so this is that same geometry, but I put spherical normals on it, so it shades more like it's a sphere. So you can kind of see it here, where it's like, you know, more lit here, versus this one where it's like more lit in the center. This one kind of, it looks like it's lit here and then shadowed here. And then this thing is the shape that I use to bake the, not really bake, but I copied the normals from that shape onto this. So it kind of, it's more just a chunk. So you can sort of see here where this one looks a lot more stylized. Let's see. Do I have other images in here? Anyway, that's some foliage stuff. And this is one that I made on Thursday. And I've just been working on making little improvements to my character controller. I'm trying to get all the types of movements that Link has in the Zelda games and apply them onto my guy. It kind of breaks when I jump. I've been working on this lock-on targeting system. You can strafe around enemies and jump attack and stuff like that. I do still need to add it so you can like shield while you're strafing around. Yeah, he's a Lynx because I wanted him to be kind of like Link, but not quite Link. So he's a Lynx. That might change for the final game. Over the weekend, I played around with getting this running on a Steam Deck, which was fun. And I also have this like indoor dungeon scene that I've been playing around with as well. It's a lot more moody, atmospheric. There's not really anything going on. No game mechanics in here. Just some fog and some lighting, some walls. Thanks. I threw the color thing together, the rainbow thing together for April Fool's Day, and I just kind of left it in. Oh, interesting. That was strange. But yeah, I figured it's a good time to be a rainbow. I normally look like this. The rainbow's fun. I need to make it so you can get items from the chests. Yeah. I have some animations that I can switch between as well, so like if I'm doing a gaming stream, I can hold a controller. Or I can go, well, that's the Santa hat. I can go full Link. Or I can also play the Wind Waker. I also have a channel point redeem for becoming Floofy. The floofiest owlbear ever. So my game, I don't really have like a super solid direction for what it's going to be yet. It started off, I'm just trying to like make a Zelda clone sort of. I played through Wind Waker last summer on stream, and I was like, I want to make something like that, kind of break down the game mechanics and remake it on yeah, it was kind of a challenge to get this fur shader working. Yeah. yeah, Snow Twig, I was mostly just trying to recreate the mechanics of Wind Waker and some of the visuals as well, but it kind of started becoming its own thing. I do want to add like a musical instrument that you can play. I haven't really thought too much about the story. I'm just kind of doing like a gameplay first sort of thing. I know I want some of the core items to be pretty similar to the ones in Zelda. Like I have bombs, sword and shield. I want to have bow and arrow, boomerang, and a hook shot. And then have some enemies you can fight, and a boss. I've thought a little bit about what I want the boss to be, but like the final boss. So I want to put together like a little demo that's sort of like one outdoor open world small little area and then a dungeon that you can go in, and put that on Steam as a demo, and see how that goes, see if people are interested, and keep making more of it. I think ideally I would have like 5 or 6 dungeons. But this is also just like kind of a personal project where I'm just like, I want to do every aspect of it myself. So it's going a little slow just because this is the first game I've made in Godot. I've made a lot of stuff in Unity before, but so I'm kind of learning Godot as I go. And I was pretty severely burnt out before I started this project, so I was really out of practice when it came to game development stuff. So getting back into it was fun. Yeah, Godot is cool. That's it here. It's got like the 3D editor and script editor built in. Alright, I've been streaming for 2.5 hours and it's getting close to when I should wrap up, so I think I will find us somebody to raid. Core Hawk's playing. I think we'll raid Core, if that's cool with y'all. I'll go for a couple more minutes. Oh yeah, I should also show you my this cool project management tool that I've been using called Hack and Plan. It's pretty neat. It sort of has like an internal wiki sort of structure that you can use to like design your game. So I have like all the different player states that I want the player to be able to be in, like jumping and falling and landing and climbing on ledges and third-person camera and stuff like that. And you can assign individual tasks to things in the wiki. It's a good way to keep organized, and then you can have different boards for different phases of development. I haven't been doing a super good job of like using multiple sprints, but I basically have a list of things that I want to do, ones that I'm working on, and ones that I'm testing, and ones that I've done. So it's just a good way to stay organized. which I'm not great at on my own. So having a tool like this is pretty helpful. So, yeah, the things that I want to work on next, I want to finish up ledge climbing. So, we currently have like hanging on a ledge, and we can sort of like jump to the top of the ledge, but it doesn't really do it smoothly. Just kind of shoot up to the top. So I want to like play an animation of the player climbing to the top, and then, you know, move the player to the top of the ledge. And then I also want to be able to, if I'm hanging onto a ledge, shimmy left and right. And I also need to make sure that, so it's kind of a weird issue because this head is so big. I also think this animation was made from someone hanging on a bar and not hanging on a ledge. So, if I put him too close, his face clips into the wall. But I need to rotate him so his hands are like even with the direction of the wall. Then I can like scoot him along, play an animation of him shimmying along. And then I also want to add swimming, pushing and pulling blocks. I mentioned shielding while strafing. I want to have like a get up state for when I void out, or if the player gets knocked over, you can get back up. And I want to have item collection from chests, and that's a good chunk of work for the next couple streams. Anyway, I think that's about all the energy I've got for today, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up now. But thank you all for hanging out. It's good seeing you all. And we'll get this raid for Gorehawk going. Hope you have a good rest of your week, and I'll be back on Thursday with more stream. Thanks for the save reminder. And the D20 and the stretch. The big stretch. Alright. Time for raid. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.